Well, good afternoon. How is it, everybody? It's a bit snowy here. I mean, it certainly was yesterday, but I don't think it knows what it's going to do at the moment. But obviously a bit chilly, or chillier than it was this time last week anyway. So I hope everybody's okay with it. I hope everybody's staying warm. And that's the main thing at the minute. Who'd say staying warm in the middle of it? Well, beginning of April, crazy. But here we are. I thought I'd choose a warmer tile today. So gets us going, I suppose. I've got a bright orange tile here. And of course, all dated 1st of April. I think it's 228. I sometimes lose track of the numbers. But if it isn't, I apologise and I'll sort it out. But I think it is. So what we're going to do today then, okay, I've got my regular pen pencil tortillon. I've got my white pencil. I've got a white gel pen as well, just in case. Depends sort of where it leads and what I'm doing, so we'll see with that. Of course, I've got my pastel pencils sort of sitting around as well, but you can use anything that you like. It's entirely up to you. So, all right, are we ready for this then? Okay, I'm going to start by putting a bit of a border in. So I'm just going to bring a tile in here, and I'm going to go straight in with a pen. But of course, you could do it with a pencil if you prefer. Let's have a look then. And of course, if you've got the tile toppers, you could use the frame out of that, I suppose. But here we go. I'm just going to draw this in. Of course, John's ruler, it's downstairs on the desk. But I don't know, it's okay. I can use it for this. All right. Just think this time last week, we were all getting ready for everybody to come here, weren't we? And that week's gone really quick. But of course, tomorrow we're prepping at the minute for the actual first live show I've done since, goodness me, October time 2019, I think. Certainly like the Christmas before the whole world went mad. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking, you know, thinking, have I got everything? Is it going to be right? So John's going to be picking up the van in a short while, and then we're going to get that loaded in. Bit of an early start because it's Port Sunlight, which is Liverpool way, isn't it? So if you're in and around the area, maybe you want to drop in. Okay. Oh, I know, Rose, it was lovely, wasn't it? But you know what? You can't take the clock back, it moves on. And other things to do, so... Okay, where are we going to start? I'm going to put a grid around the frame around the outside here. And I know it's not perfectly square there, but it really doesn't matter. So let's square off those corners first. There we go. And one in there as well. And then turn it round. And the same here. Oh, we didn't quite join that there. And in we go. And again. Okay. So then we'll look at this space here. I'm going to look at about halfway and put a line in. And then here, you have to make a decision. I want sort of square shapes. So if I was to put it in the middle, I'd get rectangles. So I'm going to come in and split it into 3 there. So I sort of get more square shapes. So I'll do the same on this one. Okay. And hello from New York. Goodness me. Oh, Joanne, anything new to the show? Goodness me. It's hard to keep track of what I'm taking. I've got some wooden little bits and pieces that I'm doing, but I'm focusing on the newest, honestly, for the Hobby Maker show next week. So that gives everybody a chance. But we are doing little tiny tiles as a wooden version. So I'll have some of those with me. That we used for the first time last weekend. So there we go. Look, I'll show you this one. Look, that's what we did. It's a little tiny one. Of course, on the Saturday, here we go. We did that one. So it's lovely little tile. But yeah. Okay, so there we go with this one. I'm going to coming in with a bubble in the middle of each one. And doesn't matter if it's not quite in the middle. Gives a little bit of an idea there. You know, working with this warmer colour tile just makes it feel a bit better as well. It's nice, isn't it? But sometimes if you're feeling a bit down or something, having one of those bright tiles is kind of nice. So You go with whichever tile you like. You can ink tile as well if you want, if you fancy all the colours. Alright, let's have a look then. Go a bit larger. Doesn't matter where we start because we're going to do the same in every one. I'm going to go around the bubble into the corner. And around the bubble into that corner. So it's sort of a diagonal. So you could go all the way around doing this first. Or you could do the two. It's entirely up to you there. So around the bubble for this, around the bubble for that. Every time we're going around. Okay, so I'm going to keep the tile in the same position and I'm going to work myself around each of those little shapes and put those lines in. There we go. So you just take your time, you don't have to keep up with me. It's all about you just having that moment and enjoying the time you've got there with it. Okay. Oh, Catherine, oh, in the snow. Oh, I hate the snow. I was born when it was snowing, actually. And I remember my mum saying it was snowing quite heavily and my dad got locked out of the house when he'd been to the hospital to see me for the first time. And the snow. But I don't like it, must admit. There we are. Okay, so I'm going to turn the tile now. And I'm going to do the same going this way. So we've got sort of all four sections. So I'm still going up, look, and down there. Or whether you want to do down first and then up, really doesn't matter. Just giving us a little bit of a direction there. Oh, so I know what you mean. Driving today can be a little bit tricky and it makes us all anxious. But if you, maybe if you plan out your route to start with, if you wanted to use the train, we can pick you up from the station. So it's not far away. And of course, we'll drop you back again after. We'll not make you walk. I understand, I know it's very, especially if you've never been on the roads before. It's, I know my first time going to the Redditch, the hobby maker that I drove, it was you know, getting on the right road. I think coming back, because there's sort of 3 motorways you can end up on if you're not careful. Yeah, okay, I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to just add another little border. See, we've got this kind of style, but a really fine one. There we are. So I'm just going to put my tile back over there and just put in, see, really fine border there. And the same sort of here. There we go. And along there and down there. Okay, just got that little bit of a gap in between what we're going to do. Okay. Let's come in, if you want, with a pencil first. Just imagine where the middle is. And see, just putting a mark. And then I want to add a bit of a bubble there. Not huge, just, you know, size enough. There we go. You see, once you've got the idea of the shape, you can then come in with a pen and just sort of draw in your bubble. You see? There it is. Don't worry about the pencil around it. We can sort that afterwards. Okay. So my next step, I'm going to go from point to point here. So again, if you prefer to do it in pencil, or if you want to sort of work from this side, come downwards, you can do. It's each side's going to be the same, so whichever's comfortable for you. Just relax with your pen and let it do the work. And you're going from corner to corner. Okay, corner to corner. And then same again. Corner to corner. There we go. That's the kind of shape. All right, liking it. So let's have a look at what we're going to do here. I'm going to go in with a row of bubbles, just sort of small around the outside of that shape there. We don't want to go too big, so we want to tangle inside that shape as well. So see where it leads us. Again, don't worry about them being different sizes and shapes, as long as they're touching. Just keep them small. Okay. Just sort of working my way. I find it easy to do it, sort of work from top to bottom, but you might find it better going horizontal or upwards or whatever works for you. So we're doing the same thing on all sides. There you go. Lynn is very quiet today, yes. Everybody's downstairs packing. Dobby's counting tiny tiles. He's putting little Euro slot stickers on them all. He's doing a bit of checking and quality control. Basically, you know, John's obviously running laser cutter today because Leslie's packing, and Dobby's in there asking, all, you know, fascinated with laser. We do have to take the key out of a night because we don't want him having a go on his own. So to make sure it's safe. He thinks he's a bit of a stud now he's got shoes. We've not managed to tangle on them yet. No, but he's not stood still for long enough so we could take them off again. I think he thinks we're not going to give him back. Okay, going around the bubble then. Round the bubble again. Here we go. And to the corner. And then round the bubble and up to the top. If I turn it round the bubble, down, around the bubble, and up to the top. Okay? Like that. I think while I'm at it now, I'm going to just sort of rub the cross out in the middle. I'm not so worried about the rest of the pencil, but I don't want that mark in the middle of that bubble there. There you go. Len, it has, yes. It's sort of eased off now. Now we had the baby bunny gnomes. It's all eased off now. Everything's nice and calm. They're all, they're all friends again. They forget things pretty quickly, do these gnomes? We don't have too much trouble and strife. It's all calmed down. Okay, see what I'm doing? I'm coming back round the bubble, coming out a little bit, and then coming down to a point. Okay, same again, around, down to a point. So we've got that kind of shape. All right. What I'm going to do is fill this with bubbles too. So I'm going to start maybe here and put a bubble in, and then work my way down, and then along this section here. Okay, so just taking my time there, and of course I'm going to come back and fill in any gaps. Just giving that a little bit more definition there, isn't it? Looks quite nice, that. Okay. Catherine, you know, I keep saying to people I will get Zoom sorted. We have made a start. We've ordered a couple of decent cameras so we can get that up and running. So hopefully within the month we'll have some Zoom classes. Because I know it's nice to come to class and do some different things, I know, but I know not everybody can do that. We have listened to everybody, and I don't think I could probably do a Zoom fully just on my camera this camera alone. I think it needs to be a little bit better for the time. Of course, you want to be switching between me talking at you and you tangling as well. So we've ordered some bits and pieces that are going to help with that. Okay. You see the difference that makes, just putting those bubbles in and then filling around the edges there. Okay. And then just sort of work it round. And they're going to get smaller each time, as long as they still touch each other, it's okay. And then of course in with the filling them in. Just want that little bit of drama in there. Okay, there we are. So okay, next bit then. I'm going to bring in a bit of a line here. Not too close. And then again. See, I'm getting closer into here as well. I'm not keeping the same distance. It's a little bit wide here, but getting a bit narrower. See, it's working its way down that shape. Same again. See, it's going down that line there. Okay. And then let's do the next one. So again, starting sort of here and bringing it down. See, I didn't go quite to the point at that one. But then these, we're going to work down the line. Don't matter if you've got a different amount in each space, it's fine. Move along. And then down we go. And then each one after it works its way down. Alright, and the next one. So to here. And then just sort of follow it down. There we go. Okay. So let's just have a look at the top of these sections here. I'm going to just create a bit of a curve on the top of each of those little lines now. And then fill in those little gaps that we've got there. So then turn it again. And along. You see, just sort of putting a curve on. And then the little gaps we're going to just fill in there. Ah, I see there where it's, I can just bring it a bit further down. See, just to work it in there. And then this one. I'm going to come in and just add those curves. There we are. And fill in the gaps. It'd look just as nice, this, wouldn't it, on a lighter colour? Or maybe one of the dark ones with a coloured gel pen. But, oh no, it actually looks a bit yellow, doesn't it, this tile? But it's definitely the bright orange. Again, it's all about that camera, isn't it? Here we are. And again, see there where it's a little bit thicker? You can just thin it off a bit. And just sort of work it in. There we go. With our shape. So let's come to this little section here. So I'm going to put a bubble in, half a bubble, and then an aura. Not too big, but we want to get a few other bits in there. And again. Aura, part bubble, then an aura. And again. And a part bubble, then an aura. There we go. So now I'm going to start at the top here in the middle and create a little bubble shape there. And then another one. And then another. I'm going to try and fill the gap that I've got there. And then the same on this side. Let's go big there. And turn it round. Now you might find that you can get more of these shapes in. It depends now how big you draw them to start with, but you just draw as many as you need to fill the shape. They don't have to be the exact same size as mine. Just work it over so that last one sort of fills that gap there if you can. And again. Start with that one and then work either side. There we go. And then I'm going to aura inside those shapes. And of course with this one. And of course the decision in a moment is, am I going to shade with my white pencil or am I going to shade with my grey? I think I've got the option to do both. I'm going to have a little think about that. I'll decide when I get to the last sort of bit of drawing. I'm just creating these little auras. It's nice to do, isn't it? Because then you've drawn that first line and the next one you're simply following what you've already done. So it takes a bit of that pressure away and allows you to just sort of enjoy working around the shape there and along into that one. Okay, so it's look, and I'm going to put a bubble in here because it's quite large, and then fill in the rest with ink. So same sort of thing in the others. You can put more bubbles in if you like. I'm going to just put the one in. I'll get one in there, look. And then again. Oh, Shirley, I'm so sorry. You're okay. Let's just change perspective on a few things, doesn't it? Okay, and I see just one in there. Fill it in. There we go. I'll turn it again. One in, fill it in. And one in. They're quite small those, so doesn't really matter. You can change the shape a little bit if you need to. And again, maybe a little bit there. And again, fill in the ink around that little bubble. And here it is, half time.
Nice tea.
Oh, is it really? Oh, lovely.
You can smell it.
Oh, that waft of pure loose leaf. Nice. Thank you, Leslie.
You're welcome.
Just does look after me. Okay, let's have a look at where we're at with
There's a break from Euro slotting.
Oh, how's Dobby doing? Is he still watching John with those tiny tiles?
Yes, he is.
Quality control. So he loves the laser. We have to take the key out of the machine of a night.
Yeah.
Otherwise-
Otherwise he'd be playing with it. I think he'd be in there, sat on the laser going up and down.
Oh no, can't be doing that. Laser in his ears. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's. I'm going to bring some pencil in, some regular pencil.
If we come in and he's got pierced ears, we'll know.
We'll know how he's done it. Yeah, we forgot the key. I know you must think we're mad. Okay, so I'm going to come in with a regular pencil. I'm going to start. I'm not going to do the inside. I think I'm going to put a bit of colour in there. Yes, Vicky, there will be. I do have some packed downstairs ready for the show, but next week I will put them on. I need to actually start stocking up the new website because it's there. It is on view, so to speak, but there's not many products in it. We'll get on to it. It's lovely to be busy, you know, but I know you're waiting. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Okay, see what I'm doing here? It's coming in with some pencil on both sides of that little frame there that we did. I'm not going to shade that pattern completely. It's just going to go over the top of it all. There we go. Okay. And then... oh, Vera, so pleased you got them. You're welcome. We did our best. We wanted to pack them so you didn't get any dented ones. So hopefully that's okay. Again, I'm just going to put a little bit on the tops of those. I'm not going to touch that one. The same again. Either side. Either side. And then just a little bit either side of those as well. And turn it again. Either side. Either side. There we go. So it's the new website's called sanntangle.co.uk. We've just got a. I think I've got tiles on there. I think a book and a stencil. But I'll need to sit down now. It's going to take me a day, I think, to add everything. So, well, hopefully I'm going to have a look at it at the weekend. Not tomorrow, of course. It's going to be Sunday, I think. So I'll get to it. Okay, so you see here I've added some either side, and then just a little bit of a smirk on those bubbles that are a decent size. And same on this one. It's like you get something new, and the website, it's a different way of adding things, and it's all very complicated, or it feels it at times. So we will run both websites together for now, and then once the new one's up and running fully, we'll start dwindling or start moving just to one. Oh yeah, into this one. And then of course along this one. And adding some little smirks. Okay, you ready? In with the torty on that. So I'm going to start inside and work my way out, I think, so I don't smudge anything on the way. So just very gently going to touch these little bubbles. Just sort of curve it round. Let's go a bit bigger so you can see what I'm doing. There you go, see? So I'm not trying to fill the whole space there. I'm going to add a little bit to the sides. Okay. And then working my way around, same on all. So soften each one. There you go. And then the next bit with the. Oh, Lisa, yeah, we've had to rebook ours in there. Their appointment was for next week. It's been cancelled. And Benji's hair's grown so much it's drying. So we've rebooked him in for the following week. They're a bit draggly. I bet yours look lovely now. Okay, see I've left a little bit there. Try to keep the orange of the tile showing through. I am going to come back in with the white pencil and add some in, but see, for now I'll work with just this little bit. One job at a time. And again. Making my way through. See, just sort of easing the pressure off. Easing the pressure. We want just a light touch there. Just so we've got those little blends. Same again. See, I'm hardly touching this side. Don't really need to. It's just about softening this edge. Of course, if you've got some graphite that you think it needs it, you can come and work your way down there. And then either side of these little shapes. Again, not too much. The ears are hardly, just a little touch. Same on this side. Okay, I'm going to do this at the same time, then I can turn it in. Do both. See, just little swirls. Same down this edge. There we go. And then turn it round into this one. So same as before, just little touches there. And again here. And then swirls. You see now why we put that little border in there? It just broke up, didn't it? One little tangle to the next. When you get your dog back from the groomers, they do smell divine, don't they? Until they've been outside in the mud, digging. Yes, there we go. And same. I think last time this lady saw Benji, he was a puppy. Oh dear. He's a little bit bigger now. Although he's still counted as small dogs. Okay. We've got to cut back on Benji's treats, I think. We're stopping him eating cesty. The vet had his injection the other week, said he put a bit of weight on. So we've got to put him on a diet. Just for keep him a bit trim. Here we go. Okay, so that's sort of our pencil. What I'm wanting to do now, I'm going to come back in with my black pen before I add any more white in. I'm going to come round and put this line back in. Now if you want to come back in with a ruler or a tile just to put that in, you can do. I'm going to just do it freehand. Okay. And again, you can choose to use your white gel pen if you want for a little bit of touching up, or we can use one of the metallics to add a little bit of extra colour. We'll see where we head with it. I think I've done that one, yeah. And then see where we've got this line of bubbles. I want to just do just a line on the inside. Just want to make sure that that's got a decent line in. And to the next bit. And working around this side here. Then to this one. Okay. I think we can also, do I want to come back around that bubble? If you feel that you need to neaten it up a little bit, you can do. So okay, let's bring in the white. Actually, if I show you how it's looking, look at that. Okay, so I'm going to bring the white pencil in to start with. And the first thing is I'm going to work in the middle bits. So again, just touching. Look at the difference already. That's crazy, isn't it? Just a little bit of white in there. And of course, I'm going to do that in all the bubbles. Just touching a bit. Now remember, we're not going to blend this out, so you only need a touch to give it that bit of a highlight it needs. Just going to work my way up those little bubbles there. And then on here I'm going to add some to each line. You see, I'm not going over the black line. I don't want to lose that, so I'm just putting some in there. And of course, little bits in the middle of those. I can put a touch in there as well. And those bubbles. I'll turn it round, same again. And of course, into those, and a little highlight on those bubbles there. And again. To the bit of white. And of course, if you've used a cream tile, you can still go and put this white in. So you'll still see it on your tile. Last sort of side here, a little bit of white in there, and then in we go with those little sets there. And of course, I'm going to come down the middle with a white line as well. I might come back in with a pencil and make that a little bit heavier, but we can sort that out in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to bring a tortillon in, just a clean one, maybe one you've sanded, there we go, or a new one. Or maybe you've got one specially just for white. And I'm going to touch these little highlights. Just soften them up a little bit. I'm not going to do the bubbles, just going to do these sections here, and then of course these little bits here. Just working my way around the four sides. And those little bits. And last one. Okay, I'm not going to blend the colour of the white pencil I've done around the border. So before we look at it, I'm going to bring a bit of colour in. Now, I've got a choice. I can bring, I'm going to stick orange thing. I think we did this the other day, didn't we? We stuck colour with the same colour tile. So I've got an orange. I'm going to bring some of that in on the middle. You can see I've just sort of one of the sides of the little half bubbles there. And I'm going to bring in a little bit of red. Just add that little bit of red as well. See, just around the outside. Now, of course, if you've got coloured pencils, you can still do this, but you're going to have to blend them. The tortillon won't do that for you. Just going to touch that. Okay, so I'm just going to brush them in together. Doesn't really need much. They're quite small, really. And here, just touch the shape slightly. We want to work in little circles. There we go. And then before I blow, I'm going to bring in the white just around that edge. And then just a touch in there. I'm going to gently sort of dab that there. Okay, now I'm going to blow the excess away. All right, almost done. Then I'll pull it out and show you. So pencil, I'm going to come back in and add some more to the outer and inner of that frame. Same again here. And of course you could actually use your white pen or pencil to go into there too if you want. But I'm going to leave it. You see, I'm putting I'm applying a bit of pressure there because I want it to be darker. So as far as softening it off, I'm going to come in with that original tortillon. See the difference? There you go. That's why see that one's got a bit of colour on it, whereas this one's graphitey. Just going to work it up and down, see? Same here. So I don't want to touch the white in any way, shape or form. I just want to ease off that line. And same here. Now I was going to use a white gel pen to go back in with these dots where this white line is, but I don't think it needs it anymore. I think that looks fine as it is. So shall we have a look? There we go. Okay, let's have a look. So we've got a choice. We can leave it at that. I quite like that as it is. Maybe a bit of shading in here. Let's just experiment. See if it does anything much. So I've committed it now, so I'm going to do it on all 4 sides. Okay. And just give it a little bit of a soften. See, I was all away with the fairies then, and I went. Okay. So actually, as far as that's concerned, that, I think, oh, look at that, it's done. Absolutely loving that. So I'm going to put my initials on. It looks like it's moving, sort of starting to sort of tilt a bit, isn't it? And of course you could come in with the metallics and you could add colour in if you want to. I mean, being that we got the white pen, you could come in and maybe use it on those little ones there. That's quite nice. See how that just brings that out? And yeah, have a play. Maybe even go in over the white pen and touch those. But I think it's, yeah, I think I like it as is. So I'm going to sign it off. There we go. And there is our tile for the weekend. So if you're out and about this weekend, or if you're at Port Sunlight, come and say hello and let's have a look at your tiles. Bring them so we can have a look. And if not, have a bit of fun with this one. Try it with some different colour tiles, or maybe ink a background, and see where that heads off, and post it and we'll have a look at it. So yeah, oh, don't forget your tile swap as well. That needs to be done. I know I need to get mine done. So that's on. If you've not heard of a tile swap before, don't know what it is, have a look down at the video that we did for the tile swap. It's always the 3rd Monday of the month at 2 o'clock. If you go back and have a look, it gives you all the information you'll need for doing that as well. So, okay, have a bit of fun with this one, and I will see you. It's going to be, yes, it's going to be next Tuesday. We're gonna try Tuesdays for a bit instead of Wednesday. So the next tile is going to be Tuesday. So until then, have a bit of fun, enjoy, and have a lovely time. And I'll speak to you next week. Okay, take care.